everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Ripple Effect Podcast. We're so glad that you've joined us, whether you're listening to this on the go or watching this. We are so glad that you're here. In the studio, I have Miss Mary Green to my right, and I have Mr. Seth Applegarth to my left, and Lincoln is with us as well, and we're going to try to get him to not be so loud today. Oh, it's working already. It's working already.
You're such a kid whisperer.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We each week we recap Sunday and we give you the TLCC top 3 that you need to know going into the week, and then we have a little spotlight. And Seth has graciously agreed to be our spotlight of the week as we're going to talk about Sunday and Serve Day. But before we get to any of that, we need to let you know about the sponsor of the week, and we have a great one for you this week. Let us. This is a story that came out of Serve Day. There was an individual group of people that went to some of the truck stops. One of our members was there, got to talking with a truck driver, and then the truck driver was like, "Hey, I've got some lettuce that I can't get rid of, and I can't give to Walmart. Would you like it?" And then he gave him like 10 boxes of lettuce.
We've got lettuce coming out our ears.
We do. So we've been giving it away. There's still plenty in the fridge. And we have to get rid of it because we need the fridge cleaned out because we're going to have more food coming in tomorrow. So there you go. The sponsor of the week is lettuce. I've heard lettuce doesn't really have much nutritional value for you. Is that true?
It's pretty cool, pretty low calories, and yeah, if there's not many calories, there's not much else either.
It doesn't really do much for you. So. Although it does make me feel healthy, but apparently...
But like an hour later, you're like,
Apparently it doesn't really do much for you. I don't know. Someone can post below if lettuce really is healthy or not. I douse my lettuce with very sugary dressing. So
no way to make it good.
I don't know if that actually helps anything. So there you go. Okay, we're going to skip over the recap because this past week was Serve Day, and we're going to spotlight that. So I'm going to jump to the TLCC top 3, the things you need to know heading into this week, and we've got a couple things that I'm really excited about. The first thing is Welcome Lunch is September 8th. Mary, what's a Welcome Lunch?
If you're new to church and you're not sure who we are or what we're doing, you can join us for lunch, and we'll feed you and answer a few questions and get to know you and let you get to know us.
Right. Now, most of you watching this probably are already a part of the church. Welcome Lunch is if you have someone also that's newer or you've invited to church and you'd like them to get connected or you want to help them, Welcome Lunch is a first step. Hey, do you want to stay for lunch? We'll feed you. There's not really, it's not like a program or anything, just a chance to get to know us. So for every person that's already a part of the church, you need to know that's his first step that you can welcome people to, and you could stay and join lunch with them if that helps them feel a little bit more comfortable. So that happens on September 8th, right after our second service. The second thing is Wednesday night classes start soon. September 11th, we're kicking off Wednesday night classes. Mary, I need to know, are you refreshed enough and ready for this, for Wednesday nights to start?
It helps that our first Wednesday night...
Did you see the deep breath that
it is a gym night.
She had to prep.
I'm just saying, Wednesday nights can sometimes be rough because kids have had a long day of school.
Yes.
And depending on how things went at home and then at school, we could get really happy kids or we could get really grumpy kids. You just never know how much energy you're going to have to expend on Wednesday night. But we have a great time. Elementary alternates between the gym and the classroom. Right. So we're always excited to run and play in the gym.
This Sunday, we're going to send out, we might do it before, but this Sunday especially, we're going to highlight all the classes that are happening on Wednesday nights. But Wednesday nights happen from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And we'll go till our fall break, and then we'll go until our Christmas break. But I was saying last time we were on this, I always enjoy the break. And I'm always ready for them to start back up. And it's always great to see people and to be a part of Wednesday nights. Lincoln, do you like coming to Wednesday night church?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can give us, and are you still in, do you still do kids choir, or are you too old for that?
He's still in the kids choir.
Yeah. Do you like kids choir? No. Yeah, Deacon Lucas loves it. Deacon doesn't like it. So he just has to endure kids choir. But you get to see your friends on Wednesday night, right? Yeah. That's fun. Do you get any treats?
Get snack.
Like a snack? I told you we're going to have to keep him quiet this time. This is ridiculous. So anyway, that's starting up on the 11th. And you can go on the Church Center app to see the classes that are there. They're all on the Church Center app. Or also this Sunday, we're going to highlight them. And the last thing is the thing I'm really excited about. So you need to be aware of this. This is going to be good. On September 22nd, so near the end of the month, we are going to be doing an outdoor service with the whole church. We are doing this, one, just to kind of get out of the norm of, normal church service. But secondly, we don't have very many opportunities to do a whole church service. One big service, everybody gets together, total pandemonium and craziness. So on September 22nd, we are going to have an outdoor service at the Fennel, downtown Moberly. The Fennel is the event center, and we're going to be out there. Some of it's kind of closer to the building, and then it stretches out towards the back lot. Mm-hmm. Luckily, it's all gated in. So the kids, once they're in there, they're fenced in, hopefully.
More importantly, it's all on one level, and there's bathrooms.
Bathrooms, one level, whole church together. It's going to be a good experience. There's two things you need to know. Number one is bring a chair. Because there will be some chair and some seating, but it'll be limited, and we're going to spread out on the yard. So bring a chair. And the second thing is we're going to do an all-church picnic. Now, I'll explain how this will work in sermons and stuff, but the idea is, as part of the worship together, we're going to replicate what the early church would do often, is they would share a meal with the whole congregation. And you're going to bring some food for you and maybe a little extra to share. And as part of the service, we're going to turn in together and eat all together in that same place. And I can already hear all the moms of young children going, "Are you kidding me?" My wife is one of them. It's going to be a unique experience. I know it's going to be work. It's going to be a little different than what we normally do, but I believe it's going to be a cool experience because some of the teachings we see in Scripture, I think, will come to life as we do this with one another. I'll explain a little bit more about that in this week's sermon, and I think it's going to be really cool. But September 22nd, we're going to be outside at the Fennel all together. 10:45, one church service.
I always like those options because
it's 10:45.
Since I work with kids, I don't always get to see everybody who comes. I get in late to first service. By the time everybody's shown up and everyone's classes is going, and I leave. And then by the time all the kids' second hour have been picked up, there's just a handful of people in the lobby. And so I love opportunities like this to see the family as a whole.
Yeah, me too. So it is a lot of work. It is different. It can be exhausting. The younger families that have younger kids, we're going to do some things that'll help. We know that it's not always easy to have them in a space like that, but I believe it's going to be worth it, and we'll talk about how it's going to work. But the two things you need to know, it's on the 22nd of September, and bring a lawn chair, and we're going to also do a picnic where you bring a lunch for you and a little bit to share with those around you. Okay, so there you go. TLCC top 3. You've got a welcome lunch coming up this on the 8th of September. And then you've got Wednesday night classes starting on the 11th. And then we're going to have an outdoor service on the 22nd.
Pray for good weather.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. It could either be gorgeous or it could be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Seth, we're glad that you're here. Lincoln, we're glad you're here. One thing that I do when we have a special guest is I give you 60 seconds to imagine this. People that are watching do not know you at all. So if you were to be like, this is who I am, what would you share? You got 60 seconds to say, this is Seth, this is what you need to know about me. Okay, so maybe it's the most important things in your life, maybe it's who you are, what you like, you know what I'm saying? But you got 60 seconds, so you feel a little bit of that pressure to get it out.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yep.
Hey, Mark, get set, go.
So I'm Seth. I have a wife named Bethany and 3 kids. There's Rhett, Eloise, and then this one's Lincoln. As far as who I am, I like to serve. I like to be of use, and to do when I do something, I was raised to do it right. So I'm always looking to do it better than everyone else. Not that it's a competition, but I was one of 5 kids, so everything was a competition.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty competitive, and my wife is too. So that it can create some fun at home. But
20 seconds.
I love to golf. I don't get to do it often. So I hope that changes someday. But
someday
I work weekends, and my wife works the weekdays, and that's just kind of how things are right now. But I hope that can change, where we could have weekends together.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, that's about it.
That's good. Well, I let you go over because you're finishing your thought, but that's really good. Sometimes people will answer in like 2 seconds. Salonique answered it in 2 seconds. My dad took an hour and a half to tell everybody who he is. Well, the reason I asked you to come on today is you participated in Serve Day, and Serve Day is our day where we go out into the community and do different projects. So tell us a little bit about your group, what you did. Did your family participate, and any things that came out of Serve Day for you?
Yeah, so my family all served, and we did the sidewalk chalk bombs, writing positive, encouraging messages across town. And there were quite a few people, and so we split up. I think there were 3 or 4 different groups. Some went down by the train depot, and then Fox Park. Some people went Williams, and then I think down by like the South Park school area. And I want to say there was one more, but I can't remember where they went. But for my family, we were one group, and we were riding up and down the walking path right up here between the church and the school, and it was good. It was fun. The kids didn't last too long before they were just like,
it was hot.
I'm done drawing. Can we just play in the grass? And so then it pretty quickly went down to just me and Bethany were writing things. And then she goes hard, and
the competition part. I heard there was an injury.
Yeah, she got a big blister on the inside of her finger, so that was hurting, and so it dwindled down to just me writing messages.
And you finished it out.
So it was still good though. She was coming up with good, little things to write, and I was getting it done. Yeah, she got a Band-Aid and tried to work some more, but it still hurt pretty bad. So, but she wasn't the only one. I heard that.
There's some other scrapes.
Hannah Harper got a couple. Jesse might have.
Who would have thought that doing sidewalk chalk was such a dangerous challenge?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that there was some messages posted on Moberly Talks where people were wondering who did it, and there was a response?
I haven't seen anything.
Well, let me just pull one of these up for you here. While I'm doing that, Lincoln, did you color some stuff on the sidewalk chalk? Do you like sidewalk chalk?
What?
You don't like doing chalk?
I'm not sure. Did you write anything? I know you scribbled a little bit. Did you draw anything? Did you draw a heart or anything like that? No.
Was it hot out there?
It did
It was
get pretty
very
hot. It got pretty warm.
It is hot. So somebody posted on Moberly Talks, thank you to whoever made these awesome chalk drawings in Rothwell. They made my morning workout better for sure. And then when you click on it, people were like, oh, there was some over here and there was some over there. There was some on the walking trail. It brightened our day, put a smile on my face. They're at Lions Park as well. Whoever took the time to remind each and every person of God. Now, I don't really go on Moberly Talks a whole lot. But Mary, what's the kind of style of Moberly Talks? Is it like positive or negative?
Usually it's a bit more on the negative side. It's more a little bit either reporting something or
complaining.
Not happy about something. Yeah.
So it was really cool because we try these different projects out. We never know like they going to work? Are they not going to work? It was cool to see people respond that they thought it was a good idea, and the positive messaging, it brightened people's day. So
It's good to know
there you go.
that it helps someone.
Yeah. Your hard work of carrying the load of your whole family quitting
Sweat and blood.
the sweat and blood of that really, really does help. Which brings up the idea of positive messaging in general. So we've been doing Serve Day now for a little while. You've participated with your family. What's your overall take of Serve Day? And be honest. This is a place of being honest here. We're not.
I mean, I think it's great to set aside a time. You'll hear sermons and lessons and stuff on service and how we are to live our life, but to actually set aside time and to actively go do it, where I think that's really great, where it's a practicing, kind of like the picnic we're coming September 22nd. I'm like, hey, actually practicing what you see in Scripture.
Yeah.
I think that's great. So,
is there ever a time in the past that you've done a project and you're like, this is pointless? Do you remember all the projects you've done?
oh goodness, let's see. I've washed cars.
Yeah.
That's always a good one.
Yeah.
I've packed supplies for teachers, so that goes to use. How many years have we done this now? I don't,
We were trying to add it up. It's at least 5, maybe 6. Were you on the group that got poison ivy
I was not.
that one year?
Oh.
No.
There was one year where the whole group, and maybe you can post if you were a part of that group. I saw, I think Todd or Tony, I think Tony posted pictures of it, of the poison ivy year, where they cleaned out this whole yard, and most of the people in that group project got bad.
Covered with
poison
poison
ivy.
I remember that.
The sacrifice of service. That's what we should be talking about. But overall, it's been positive.
Yeah.
Even with little kids.
Yeah. So the teacher one, we didn't have our kids. But the car wash, they're in that one. I think this was the first year we had Lincoln with us, and so it was a challenge for him.
Yeah.
And the other two kind of complained a little bit too.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still good for them to get out and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mary, where were you at on Sunday? Did any great stories come out?
I'm a laundromat girl.
So explain what that project is.
So we budget a certain amount and we put money in and we take quarters to the laundromat. Usually it's the Maytag laundromat out by Pizza Hut. And we just feed machines, offer to help fold laundry, not very many petty. Nobody takes us up on that.
Nobody wants you to fold their underwear. I don't know why.
I grew up in a big family.
I know.
Folded all kinds of things.
I know. But conversation and then paying for laundry.
Yeah. And I have to say, usually, we always advertise. We always put something out there at the laundromat that we're coming and what times and, what we're offering to do. And this year, it seemed like we had a lot more really good conversations and met some really cool people. And we were on our feet the entire time, feeding machines, and even had to go scrounging around our cars to find a little bit more money because we were, maybe prices have gone up or we just had more customers, but it was a really good morning.
I think that one's a cool project because you're not taking away anything from the business.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to think about that of are we helping businesses or hurting? So you're still helping the business, still helping people. We're almost done, Bubba. I promise. We're almost done. And then, but you still get that interaction with people. So that's really cool. Yeah. One of the stories that I thought was pretty cool was the truck stops that we had a couple families go to just to hand out gifts and hand out little knickknacks. And we had a family that was talking with a truck driver who just didn't really want to get anything, although they were trying to give them bags of little goodies. And one family, they took their 2 little girls who are just the most adorable little girls, and the guy saw them and started avoiding them and moving away. And the one little girl, she's 3 or 4, made sure to chase him down. And it was you're gonna get this bag and you're gonna know Jesus loves you. And then when he saw that she was just giving him something, they weren't selling anything, then he was okay with it. And it was just a really sweet story. But I would love to hear, we'd love to hear if you have stories or interactions that you had with people. It is good to get outside of our comfort zones and just be willing to be open and sharing with others. But it is a practice for us to practice what we preach and to serve others first. So if you have some cool stories about Serve Day, we'd love to hear them. Post them below or even share them on Facebook, and we'd love to hear about them. But it was a great day. And I always love it too because it's a little bit, people ask me if I'm really busy, and I'm like, we're really busy leading up to it, but then the day of is a relaxing day because I get to just be a part of a project and be with people and talk with people more than I usually get to. So thank you all for participating in Serve Day, and we'd love to hear your stories if you've got them. Lincoln, thank you for being here today. You're the man. You know that? And Seth, thank you for sharing a little bit with us today as well.
No problem.
As we close, let me give you the blessing of the week. It comes from Mark chapter 4, where Jesus asks a good question. He's talking about parables, and he asks the question, does somebody light a lamp to put it under a bed or to stick it under a basket? And the obvious answer is no. Back then, if you would have lit a lamp, it would have been an open flame. Do you stick an open flame under a bed?
It's not a good idea.
Bad idea. One of two things is going to happen. The lamp is going to go out, right? Because it doesn't have oxygen. It's not going to be able to do what it's supposed to do. Or it's going to be destructive and cause a fire. And Jesus is talking about how we are the light of the world. You've been given a message and a gift to share. And putting that light so all can see it, we were talking today, that sometimes invites criticism. It sometimes invites people to critique you, to hold you to a standard. And that might be scary for us. And I was thinking about the gifts and talents God gives us and responsibility to share our light with others. Sometimes I don't want to because it invites the negative, but the positive, Jesus says, outweighs the negative. That you are the light of the world, a city on a hill, and you are supposed to be making the world a better place. So in light of Serve Day, see what I did there? In light of. Like that. In light of Serve Day, just remember what God has given you, the story that He has brought you through and the things that you've gone through are meant to be seen. And not in a way of trying to show off ourselves, but in a way to bring life and light to other people. And you can do it with the strength that God supplies. So there's your encouragement for today. Be the light in the world that God has called you to be. We love you all. We're thankful that you have joined us this week for the Ripple Effect podcast, and we can't wait to see you here next week. See you guys.